Umahi, floating of Naira fuel subsidy removal pushed inherited road project from 13 trillion naira to over 20 trillion naira. The floating of Naira has pushed your inherited road project to 20 trillion naira. Now so, uh, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, has said that the reforms by the current administration, especially the floating of the Naira, as well as fuel subsidy removal, has shot up the 13 trillion naira road project inherited by the Bola Tinubu administration to about 20 trillion naira. Stressing that the reforms were necessary, Umahi, who spoke when he received the delegation from the Anambra and Enugu caucus of the 10th National Assembly, assured the people of Southeast of the commitment of the president to the transformation of road infrastructure in the Southeast as well as other parts of the country. We hear you. The lawmakers were in his office to seek the federal government intervention on the completion of the construction of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, handled by RCC Limited and funded by MTN under the Road Infrastructure Development and Refurbishment Investment Tax Credit Scheme. I wonder why MTN is funding road projects in the country. I really wonder why. Why? That is why we are the ones taking the hit for it. Data now is so expensive. To make a call now is so expensive. Why is MTN funding the road infrastructure? I wonder. Umahi expressed sympathy over the lives that has been lost along the uncompleted sections of the expressway. Why won't you sympathize when your family members are not involved? You will sympathize now. People should fix road, you will not fix it. You put people's life at risk and then you will be telling them, oh, you sympathize with them. You indeed sympathize. Especially the recent incident of a tanker explosion on the Ogu-Ohima axis of the road that killed scores of people. He said, again, we should be grateful to Mr. President. For what? For allowing people to die before they know that they're supposed to fix the road, abi? We are grateful to Mr. President. Since he became president, we've not heard about farmers and herder clashes in the southeast. Now so, Mr. President inherited 2,064 projects totaling about 13 trillion naira, and today those projects will be over 20 trillion naira by reason of the floating of the naira and the removal of fuel subsidy. And who floated the naira? Is it not the same president? Who removed fuel subsidy? Is it not the same president? So why are you complaining to us? It is nobody's fault, but by his good heart and commitment to rewriting the story of this country, he will make Nigeria great again. Now so, at the meeting, a statement by Umahi's spokesman, Uchenna Orji, noted that it was resolved, among other things, that the Federal Ministry of Work would write MTN to demand that the company should commit irrevocably to pay contractors on the project a minimum of 15 billion naira every month for the next 10 months. 15 billion naira for 10 months. That's how much. Where would they get that kind of money? MTN. Where would MTN get that kind of money? And why is MTN the one sponsoring the project? I don't know why. According to the statement, this is to enable the contractors to fast-track the completion of the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, failing which the ministry would initiate the termination process of the project. So when you terminate it, what do you think is going to happen to the lives of other people? You want more lives to be lost if you want to terminate the project. Abi, is that not it? Because why can't you continue? Why can't you do it? People don't have money. It was further resolved that MTN would need 3 contractors to do the 79 kilometers within the original contract sum of MTN's 202 billion naira. Besides, the remaining 72 kilometers of the road, the statement stressed, shall be awarded to other contractors through due process, noting that MTN and RCC will be invited to bid again too. The ministry lamented that what MTN is doing is not in line with the tax credit executive order. It was noted that in the meeting that the delay on the job, which was due to poor funding and poor contract execution, has resulted to 100% increase of the project's cost, and to allow MTN more than 11 months on the job could further push the contract to increase by over 200%, and this is unacceptable to the federal government, the ministry added. Speaking during the event, the leader of the delegation and minority whip of the Senate representing Enugu West, Senator Osita Ongo, expressed worries that some of the projects were not receiving adequate funding required to complete the projects in a record time. He made particular reference to the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway that was awarded to RCC and funded through the tax credit, lamenting that some sections of the road had become a death trap to road users. He stated that the delegation was compelled by the recent tanker mishap on the Ugu-Ohima axis of the road in Enugu to make the visit to the minister. Okay, now that you've made a visit, you've seen that the road is bad, and you are saying now that if MTN does not give the funds, you are going to terminate the project. Is that what you're supposed to do? Is that what you're supposed to do? He expressed the readiness of the federal lawmakers to offer necessary collaborations and cooperation that would help in tackling the challenges and bottleneck faced by the ministry in ensuring the completion of the said road. We appreciate Mr. President, but we are worried that it is not just about putting projects across our zone, but when these projects are not funded, it looks like it is just a game. Exactly. We are worried that some of the projects that are in the southeast are not receiving funds that can make it progress so that we can have benefits for such projects. And when it is not funded, it becomes a worry to us, Ngo added. On his part, the senator representing Anambra Central in the Senate, Victor Umahi, pleaded with the president to give accelerated intervention on funding the road in the southeast so that the zone could fully benefit from the economic development agenda of the administration. Through our oversight functions, we've been able to move around Nigeria in the various committees that we serve, and we are able to see the great work the president is doing in Nigeria to transform our transportation infrastructure through ambitious road projects and railway projects across Nigeria. We are from the southeast Nigeria, and while we applaud the great strides the president is making to see that our roads are good and our railway infrastructure is actualized, we want to plead on behalf of our people that Southeast should be given accelerated attention because of the infrastructure deficits we've had. Before he came on board, Umahi noted, hopefully they will listen, because if it's not affecting them personally, they will not care. They wouldn't care. 2RM Security says, tell your oga he boasted he's giving governors trillions without telling Nigerians that the value of the money was worse than before. Abio. Abio. Steve Olubodun says, who floated the Naira and removed the fuel subsidy? Please tell us exactly. It is still the same person that floated the Naira. So people are now complaining that 13 trillion Naira has turned to 20 billion Naira. Who are you going to blame for that? Is it not the same president? And you are telling us to thank him, to appreciate him. We are coming. Ede Ezechiku says this is to show that the federal government knows that their policies are pushing cost of living very high. Is APC in power to punish Nigerians? I wonder. It's like that is what they came there to do, to really punish us. Kenneth Bob says assurance all the time, no evidence. Now wow, what a government. Nariwa. Nwachukwu says even blind man will better than Tinubu as president, just like person is hungry. I'm telling you. Nia Mohammed says another wicked soul from Southeast, obviously. It is well, my listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.